Up next, huge match in the Bound for Glory series. It's Kurt Angle versus Mr. Anderson. It's right after this, and it's live on Impact Wrestling. Who's going to pick up the points in the Bound for Glory series?
Ladies, gentlemen, and assholes, this next contest in the BFG series is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. I hail from Green Bay, Wisconsin, Mr. Anderson.
Comments we heard earlier tonight from Mr. Anderson talking about the past several years, the rivalry that he has had with his opponent tonight, Kurt Angle. Certainly sensed the respect from Anderson towards the Olympic gold medalist.
And Angle back towards Anderson, as we heard throughout this evening. So, I think you're right. I mean, both men, both athletes, both fighters, man, they have that respect for each other, which this thing could go either way, to be honest with you. So, which makes for an awesome matchup we're about to have right now.
And his opponent from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the Olympic gold medalist, Kurt Angle!
Well, in light of his defeat at the hands of Samoa Joe this past Sunday at Destination X, you just have to realize, Mr. Anderson, you better be ready to face a focused Kurt Angle. To me, Kurt Angle off of a loss, I have to presume his level of concentration is going to be at its peak.
His level of intensity is going to be damn near dangerous, meaning Kurt Angle. So that man right there, Anderson, he better beware. He better beware. I've been on the other end of a ring against Kurt Angle when he's that focused and that intense, and it doesn't make for a fun evening.
This year, Bound for Glory series, even footing for all 12 competitors. Every wrestler will have equal opportunity. Every wrestler to face every other wrestler. Yes, all the same number of matches in the BFG Series 2012.
See that quick drop step right there into a single leg where Kurt let it go. He's just showing, the Angle's just showing Anderson, I can take you off your feet anytime I want. And that'll rent space in the head of Mr. Anderson.
Taz, I want to get your thoughts on this. To me, when I look at the Bound for Glory series, I think that wins and losses, never more important. Outside of the Bound for Glory series, really the best measuring stick that you have is simply who holds the championships. But now we have standings. Wrestlers are held accountable. I mean, nobody wants to be at the bottom of the leaderboard. I mean, it's a pride issue, and certainly to me, that provides motivation.
Absolutely. I mean, there's no doubt about it. That's the great thing about the BFG series. There's a gun to your head at all times as a competitor, and that makes for great competition. Which I'm a fan of, and obviously our fan base is digging it too. This thing's great. It's our second year doing it, and I gotta tell you, I think this year's better than last year. Look at that hip toss right there by Anderson. Anderson now controlling that arm of Kurt Angle. And you got to be careful if you're Mr. Anderson. Don't get into a grappling game with Kurt Angle.
As I'm watching this match unfold, it was the first thought that I had. You really want to try and compete against Kurt in terms of a wrestling match here, even though Kurt earlier talked about the technical wrestling abilities of Anderson.
Oh, Anderson could get it done for sure. I mean, there's no doubt as far as on the mat and going hole for hole with guys. But let's be honest, this is Kurt Angle here. Olympic gold medalist, a multi-time world heavyweight champion everywhere he's been. So this is typical Angle here, just breaking his opponent down. And Anderson knows what Angle's about, so Anderson, oh man, very crafty, Mike. Very, very crafty veteran, so that's what I'm saying. It leads towards an intriguing matchup between these two men.
Watching Angle zero in, focus on the lower body. Legs of Mr. Anderson, one would anticipate. Trying to wear down Anderson, trying to take his legs away and use it. That ankle lock, but the drop kick by Anderson leads to a quick pin attempt.
I mean, Anderson right there, to me, just a little nuances. That standing drop kick from standing still right in the middle of the ring was so impressive.
Wow, and how impressive is that?
Well, that belly-to-belly overhead suplex was extremely impressive by Angle. Both men down.
The release belly-to-belly by Kurt gives him the control of this matchup. He's got Anderson down now. Opportunity for Angle to take advantage. Who's going to earn the all-important points in the Bound for Glory series? Will it be Kurt Angle? Will it be Mr. Anderson? We'll find out after this. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back live on Impact Wrestling. This is the Bound for Glory series match with Mr. Anderson versus Kurt Angle. And Taz, during the commercial break, Angle remained in control, but now this desperation move by Anderson may turn the tide.
Yeah, I mean, Anderson just out of nowhere right there with that, just that hot back suplex flat on the spine of Kurt Angle. Both men down. Could be the turning point here of the matchup, but can Anderson capitalize on his offensive move?
If you have friends with DirecTV, they are not able to watch this Impact Wrestling broadcast. They're not able to watch Spike TV. Tell them, call DirecTV, let their voice be heard. They want their Impact Wrestling. They want their Spike TV numbers on your screen.
Right there, look at Anderson. And here we go, he's rolling right now, looking good.
Complexion of this match turns drastically, dramatically in favor of Anderson. Looked like he was going to go for the mic check.
Definitely was setting up for the mic check, but watch out! Oh, that's a German suplex check right there. And there might be another one coming.
Here it is.
Sure enough. Excellent grip right there, and you see that Anderson trying to elbow his way out, trying to break that grip of Angle.
Angle has another in mind. Third suplex. Back to back to back on Anderson. Now Kurt senses that he's got Anderson exactly where he wants him. Kurt stalking from behind. This is where he's dangerous.
Oh, look at Anderson. Oh!
What a way to turn it around. Now Anderson on top. Oh, that was close.
Sure was close. I mean, Angle, Anderson dropped Angle right on his upper back. And multiple neck operations over the career of Kurt Angle. That had to hurt like hell. Going again for that mic check. And Kurt with an inside trip. Dropping. Anderson going for that ankle lock.
Leads to Angle submission, but the free leg of Anderson allows him to break the ankle lock, and then Kurt right back. There it is. Angle slam right in the back of his head.
Man.
Here it is.
I don't know how the hell Anderson is not knocked out cold right now.
Sting told Hulk Hogan earlier tonight he wants to go old school. Taz, to me, it sounds like Sting and Hulk, they're ready to fight that gang that took Sting out several weeks ago.
Yeah, they're ready to fight together. We saw TV champion Devon and Garrett Bischoff wanting to help out Sting and Hulk, but Hulk said, we got this, boys. Thanks, but no thanks.
Ankle lock applied, submission hold by Kurt in an effort to pick up 10 important points in the Bound for Glory series.
Well, he's got the ankle locked in. Angle's got it in. Look at the pain that Anderson is in right now. God, you got to feel for the guy. Got to try and roll through or get to that bottom rope to break this hold. It's going to end up. It's going to be 10 points coming right here for Angle.
Anderson screaming out in pain.
Oh my God.
Just when it looked like Anderson was going to get the break, Kurt drags him back out to the center.
There's the roll. Counted out. Good job, Anderson.
Desperation move by Anderson works. Gonna go to the well. Finally hits it. Mic check. Here we go. No. Not enough.
Just a second. Just 1 second away right there. That's a world-class kick out. by a world-class international star in Kurt Angle. Man, he had to just kick out on instinct there.
Points at stake in this matchup in the Bound for Glory series, where the winner of the Bound for Glory series goes on to challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship in Phoenix, Arizona in the month of October at Bound for Glory. One more time, mic check from Anderson instead. Quickly countered, quickly reversed by Kurt. Angle slam,
got him,
cover. Yes!
Your winner, Kurt Angle!
Well, I'll tell you, the ankle lock that Angle had earlier on in this match here on Anderson is what won the match for Kurt. Because Anderson, he couldn't sink in that mic check quick enough, and that little hesitation was enough for Angle, who's bleeding from the mouth pretty bad right there. Might have lost a tooth.
For the battle scars exhibited by the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle shows you just how physical this Bound for Glory series match was between Kurt Angle and Mr. Anderson. They went in with mutual respect, and I'm guessing as they go out, it's the same thing, Taz.
Well, you know what? Yeah, you're right, Mike, and it was extremely physical because, to your point, how important, you can see Anderson holding an ankle to my point earlier, how important the BFG series is and grabbing points or not grabbing points are. So, hence why you get that kind of physicality and effort by both awesome competitors. I think Kurt might have lost a tooth. Something happened there. I don't know, it's not good.
Let's go back. Let's take another look. Let's review what went down here in this Bound for Glory series match.
Yeah, Anderson was looking good, and Kurt Angle just, not one but two throughout the match. Angle slams. That was enough right there to get the victory. And Kurt, ever so intense, hits 7 points.
Kurt Angle, victorious, picks up the 7 points. You have to wonder about Mr. Anderson. He's got a match Saturday in Memphis in the Bound for Glory series against the Pope. Wonder what shape he's going to be in for that as we take a look at the updated leaderboard.
You see right here with that victory for Angle, he now sits in the 3-hole in 3rd place under Samoa Joe and James Storm. So Anderson's still at 7, so good job by Angle.